Welcome back aboard Blurred Force One with your boy Mo, and today I'm reviewing Upload Season 3, Episodes 7 and 8. They're entitled Upload Day and Flesh and Blood. It's all coming to you from Amazon Prime Video. So, what did I think about them, and should you be watching? And before we get into this review, get down there, hit like on this video. I can't believe it, but we are at the end of Season 3 of Upload with the final two episodes, Upload Day and Flesh and Blood. And it's all about a reckoning for, for the upload companies, the collusion they've had, with the Freon thing and everything. We know, we've seen behind the scenes, thanks to Nathan and Nora, that there's kind of a cabal of, billionaire and, digital industrialists. And they're all about, getting rid of just enough people so that they can control the voting in swing states. And it's also they can push through, a bill so that uploads can work. Which, in my opinion, again, the banality of evil. Like, why? I get why to do that, because you're just all about the money and power and everything. But it's literally just about saving $500 million. That's crazy. But, either way. So they have, this whole law firm working on this class action suit. But, they're afraid, Nora and Nathan, that Nathan's head's going to explode any day now. So it's been a month and, one last day before they burn his head off and put him back into a virtual reality. The one this time that he has control of because of, the Freon code. And so oddly enough, we also found out that his best friend, his business partner, also died recently. So I suspect that that's related to the investors having their heads burned off, in the previous season. This is for a comedy that has, there's a lot of, jokey stuff going on, wacky things happening. It's very, very dark. I think I've said this before. This is a horrible future. I've said this many times before. It's a horrible future, and the just straight up, mustache twirling evilness of some of these people, where they're literally just gonna, kill whoever they can to get rid of them, or get rid of obstacles or whatever. Not just Nathan, but they killed, like I said, those investors in Freon, and so it's really it's really sometimes hard to remember that all of this nefarious crap is going on behind it. But with Upload Day, Nora and Nathan, they were supposed to go and do everything that Nathan wanted to do within reason, because money. But instead, they get caught up. Nora, she's star. I don't want to say witness, but she's definitely, she brought the case to the law firm, so they consulting her, and she her potential to be a lawyer kind of comes to the surface, and there's all this future for her. And then Nathan's just kind of hanging out and being supportive and everything, and just spending his last day of to be an upload, just spending it in the lobby of a law firm. In the meantime, Luke gets to meet Karina finally, that he's heard so much from Aleesha. But Aleesha's got a lot of concerns about about Karina, for good reasons, because she's shady as hell, and she's assistant basically to Mansoor, who we know is an evil piece of crap. And so when she has Luke to basically fill her out, which I think is an admission by Aleesha that she trusts Luke and his his ability to get a read on people. He seems like a big goof, but Luke's not really. He's there's a lot more to him than that. I think he's demonstrated over the course of the 3 seasons. And they hit it off, and he really kind of likes her, but he also foolishly exposes the fact that he knows all of these tricks to kind of get perks without paying for them. And it's a bad thing, because this Karina, she's not a middle manager. She's an executive, and so her connection to regular people has, even though she supposedly started from where they were, working hard, she also looks down like the other executives do. And this is all about money and saving money and whatnot. It's all about the bottom line. And so Luke finds out to his detriment that he shouldn't have trusted showing this woman, trying to show off to her, or having Aleesha show off to her, that Karina's not good. We know that. But after all of this, we also find out what happens to Dr. Kapoor, and that he, he's a witness for this trial, and that actually Nathan's never been in danger because his head, his head's not going to explode. He was given a placebo, basically gas X, to help deal with all of his farting and everything. But that it looks like he can stay in his body, yay. And also, you got Ivan, who's worried about, that AI guy overheard him tell Copy Nathan that they have David Choke's hard drive. And now, so there's a lot of fun, like, stuff about AI guy having a secret and not really being able to hold on to it, and Ivan just sweating bullets over it. But the climax of the episode is Dr. Kapoor being murdered by an assassin that weaponizes a little, I guess, a food bot that they have rolling around. And so in the midst of the good news of, hey, Nathan's head's not going to explode, the star witness against the upload companies, murdered. And so now it puts the whole trial, the whole case in jeopardy, which leads to the next episode, Flesh and Blood, where the whole case hinges on Ingrid going in and being a star witness. And so Nathan and Nora have to sort of wine and dine her to convince her to help them out, even though she's smart enough to know that if her dad wanted her to die with Nathan, that she's putting a target on her back. But Nora convinces her, like, you love your upload, Nathan, and we got to make them legal. We got to make it so that they actually are people and not just owned by the upload companies. Because technically, Nathan and Copy Nathan are both the intellectual property of the upload companies, which is pretty jacked up. Like, you got to understand how freaking stupid that is, and how corrupt the legislators have to be to allow literally people to be owned. Like, I get it, they're digital presences or whatever, but they're people and they're owned by a company. And when you combine that with the ownership of their mind copies, with the fact that they're trying to get a bill passed so that uploads can work, it's a recipe for involuntary servitude, slavery, what have you. It's really indentured servitude that you can never get out of. So basically slavery. And that's the sort of shitty future that we're looking at. You have in this episode, you have upload Nathan, or I'm sorry, Copy Nathan proposes to Ingrid, and she's not happy about it. She totally rejects it, even though it's not for the reason he thinks. Not that she doesn't want to marry, but that she had her little list of things, the way exactly it was going to work, and it wasn't working out exactly the way she wanted. And so a very romantic gesture kind of gets rejected. But Ingrid, I've said before, she's grown so much as a character in this show. Over the course of the 3 seasons, she has become such a different person that we can understand why Upload Nathan, would, like her. And of course, I forgot to mention something important about the previous episode. In the previous episode, she was jealous of Nora, so she once again, she took over Nora's body from Tinsley and pretended to be her to Nathan to see if Nathan would bite on it. Of course, he figures it out, but she gets roped into going and being, doing her job at Horizon. Of course, she doesn't know what the hell she's doing, and it leads to the tech support guys to talk shit about her because of her being a woman and all that stuff. And it's one of the best damn scenes, and surely one of the best delivered sets of lines in the whole show, where she completely reads these dudes and talk. Basically, it's like, it's 2030s, you're misogynist, and if I hear you talk that way again, I will go fuck your parents, make them leave each other and dump them. And it was the way she delivered it. And shout out to Andy Allo for sounding like herself, but also mannerisms of Ingrid. It was just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I love that whole scene. Ingrid, again, she's a complicated person, but she wants what she wants. She wants Nathan, and Nathan wants her, and that's her strength of character, of rising beyond her how she's raised, but also more to the point, becoming a person that will stand up like that, that will ultimately do the right thing, which leads to the season finale, she does actually do the right thing, and she gets on the stand and defends his right to be Nathan's right to be a real person, and Upload's right to be a real person, even though she kind of talks too much and lets loose that maybe there's more than one Nathan and all that other stuff, and she's sort of, in her zeal to reveal how she feels about Nathan, she's sort of torpedoes the whole case. Never fear though, because shenanigans are underway in Lakeview, because they, thanks to Luke, has sort of sorted out Karina's all sorts of evil, but she really, really likes Aleesha. And Aleesha's like, we've got to figure out what's the dirt on this. What she got going on. We need this info. And so she hatches a little plan with Luke to, pretend to be sick, and then, get into the office, steal some files and everything like that. It's good and fun stuff, especially to see Aleesha just, pretend to be a baby and be, all pretend to be sick and just like super whiny, just like everything Aleesha never is, and Karina just biting on it and believing it, and Luke just coming in for the save. Like, Luke is the best friend. Like, he's friend zoned with Aleesha, but it's all good because his respect for her as a person, and their friendship has definitely grown over the course of the last few seasons, but definitely this season. And so seeing the two of them sort of do a mission impossible to get these files from Karina, very, very fun. And it leads to a great, hand clapping, for me at least, moment where Aleesha kisses him, and it like really means something, even though she quickly, gets out of Lakeview because she's on the bus. I mean, come on. We got to have seen this coming. It was good. Or it's something I really was hoping to see. I thought Karina was sort of derailing it, but Karina sucks. So, it's all good. And they, between the two of them, they get the information and get it to Nora so that they can bust the case wide open. Yay. Everybody wins, right? Except, it's all about winning the case and not about, protecting the rights of the uploads. And so, the case isn't won so much as settled out of court with the plaintiff. So this class action suit is more about shutting people up than getting the law changed, so that uploads are seen as real people and not intellectual property. And so Nora's very disillusioned, and, Holden's like, well, you're not going to be a very good lawyer if you're like this. And I think Nora's thinking like, well, maybe this isn't what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. She had all these plans to go to law school. Maybe not. And so, victory, but not great victory. So that leads to Nathan eventually, he gets caught by the Horizon security, which is weird to me. They have police force, but they have some officers that take him away, and we're treated to like this, ad, or it's very much a shot at Facebook, where Horizon changes their names to Beta, and essentially they're making it sound all good, but they're going around and shooting up all of the duplicate, people in duplicate people that are in Lakeview, which apparently are a ton because everybody seems to be illegally duplicating their the uploads. And so we're thinking maybe Nathan can make it to the gray zone, but he gets caught. But AI guy, love him in this season. He really comes together and has turned into more of a real person. We saw in previous episodes he was downloaded, and this one, he was invited to Nathan and Ingrid's wedding, and he does a human shield. So AI guy is really turning into an actual person, as I suspected from the beginning. This whole initiative by Beta, of course, they pair it with, we're also going to let uploads work. So clearly this whole conspiracy, which this is the slowest conspiracy possible. They're still slowly but surely chipping away at this this firewall that prevents them from completely taking advantage of and enslaving the uploads. So all the way around, man, it ends when we don't know, one of the Nathans has been destroyed. We don't know if it's the Nathan in a body or Nathan that was in Lakeview. We have no idea. Just that if something terrible's happened. So this horrible world just keeps getting more horrible. Let me just say, I really love this season. I do wish it meandered a bit less in some of the episodes, but once it finally got down to it, very fun stuff. I love Nora and Nathan. They're so good together. Ingrid and Copy Nathan, love them together. I can't wait for Aleesha and Luke to finally figure their thing out, but they're a great team as BFFs and everything. Really like that. AI guy really leveling up as a person. It's just this cabal, this conspiracy of truly horrible comic book villains. It's it's almost ridiculous. The only thing is that unlike Dr. Evil, their sights are set so low. It's so uninspiring. You can't even root for them because at least for Dr. Evil, he was his $100 billion was attached to a giant laser or something like that. These guys are just no, we just want perpetual slaves because we don't like paying real people. It's ridiculous. There's a lot of stuff I want to see in season 4. I do wonder how much longer they can kind of sustain this though. So I'm very curious to see where that goes. But overall, really like this season. I like the final episodes, and I like where this is all going. I think they have something good on their hands. They just need to finish strong in season 4. I'm assuming season 4 because how much more can you stretch this out, really? Either way, those are my thoughts on this episode. What did you all think about it? What did you think about what I had to say? Get down to the comment section, leave your thoughts there. And of course, you can always hit me up, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com or at supernotfunnys1 on Twitter. And while you're down there, do me a favor, hit like on this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. All that good stuff helps to grow this channel, helps more people to see these videos. All right, thanks for joining me on this season finale review for Upload Season 3. Come back to the channel. I want to, especially if you like to upload, come back for a special discussion of season 3 I'm doing with Maggie J reviews. It should be a good time. We're gonna dive deep into it and talk a lot about this terrible near future and what we can expect going forward from it. Until then, I've been Mo, your commentator extraordinaire on all things pop culture. And I'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.